We're only hearing about it because it's Katt. You know how many times these motherfuckers stole from nobodies? I don't care if he airs on everybody. I don't care how messy it gets. I don't give a fuck about none of that stuff. These people are thieves, and a lot of people are think it's more important to protect the image of black people rather than rooting out evil people within the community.
Yep.
Okay?
Oh.
People who steal and pilfer. They want to make sure we look good. Meanwhile, there's dirty shit happening in the back. Getting Katt Williams interview. So essentially, Katt Williams was on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, which is called the Club Shay Shay. And during the interview, he essentially aired out a bunch of people in the industry. Everyone from the Kings of Comedy, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, for all kinds of different reasons. Some for stealing jokes, others for claiming accolades that they never had. And the interview went viral. So some people had some things to say. A lot of the people who were named had some responses. On the whole stealing jokes allegation, a lot of people are really shocked to hear that Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer stole jokes. I can tell you, they absolutely did. You can watch the videos themselves. Yeah, I mean, they stole those jokes.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had.
Halloween was a trip. Halloween, we couldn't afford no Halloween costumes. Hey, kids, please. Mama sent us down to the liquor store, put boxes on us. We didn't know what we were. I don't know what we are. I don't know. She didn't tell her. I think we UPS, I guess. I don't know.
You've heard me say that every Halloween I had the same outfit on. Every year. I just had a brown box. I wasn't nothing sad. I asked my father, could I have a new outfit? And he said, no, just wear the same one. And it was just a brown box. And he just told me to tell everybody I was a UPS man.
Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write.
Gas is entirely too high. That's all I'm saying. You are not supposed to be at the gas station making life decisions. You just at the pump. Just, Negro, did I eat today? I can't get no half a tank. I got 6 cigarettes. I can't even do it. That used to be, if you had $10, $15, you could go to the gas station with confidence because you knew you was either going to be full or damn near full. If you had a 20, you ain't even talk to the person at the counter. You just 20 on 11, bitch. Used to be, if you put $15 in your tank, you had time to bond with your vehicle. You had time to put the nozzle in and set the clicker and look through your car and clean off the dashboard and look through your CDs and run in the store and get some Pringles and a Snapper and it'll still be pumping. Now if you put $15 in, you can't even turn around good for that son of a bitch click.
You ever had your car radio up so loud that you couldn't hear the damn thing when it cut off? It looked like this. You flossing in a 6-shift convertible.
They gonna move to the moon. Ain't gonna happen. Y'all move to the moon, damn it, we coming to the moon. Oh, we'll be right behind y'all in space shuttles with Cadillac grills. Nigga just rolling, one headlight out. Tags be all wrong. All bass. Y'all know we'll drive a space shuttle too. That's right up our damn alley. A space shuttle is long. They ain't scared no black folk. We'll drive a space shuttle. We grew up driving long cars. We'll drive a space shuttle like it's a 72 deuce and a quarter. We get us a cigarette. We be in a space shuttle like it's a 72 deuce.
Those jokes. They both stole those jokes. Some people are like, how do you know? Listen, joke stealing is interesting because some people don't feel like it's a big deal. And yet, if one artist stole a song from another artist, you would think it's always right for the artist to pursue them in court. But I can't call somebody out for stealing my work. If you don't know the process of making a joke, especially when it's your, and it's still any joke. According to Katt's own words, this is one of his best jokes, one of the jokes he closed with. And you close on your best joke because you want people to leave the show on the highest note. That's what they stole. Making that joke is a lengthy process that can sometimes take years. Mm-hmm. And you take an idea, you go out, you perform it, it bombs, it doesn't work well, it's clunky as fuck, but you gotta live through those awkward moments with those audience until you get to the point where it's this finalized product. So you go through all the ups and downs. You have other comedians watching you improve. Like, I know and memorize the acts of most of the comics I know because I see them so often and I see the progress. So you get happy watching them improve and you get to talk with them backstage, and sometimes they offer you little tidbits. They're like, yo, you missed that. Well, last time you performed it differently. So you go through that whole ups and downs, and then you get to the point where it's ready for you to tour and do that stuff, and now you're proud because it's killing in front of crowds and they're loving it, right? In that 1 hour that you spent with the crowd, that 5 minutes that everyone's losing it on, right? You spent years crafting. And then someone comes along, sees your shit, and then think they just because they tittle with it a little bit or change the premise enough that they can get away with stealing it. Of course it's going to burn you up because you strive for that, and now they taking the credit like it's their own tribulations when it's not. That'll irk anybody. That's why an artist who sees their melodies being stolen has recourse in courts, and that's why people who have jokes stolen want that same kind of recourse. Now, does this mean that Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey aren't great entertainers? No, that's not what that means. Some people are great performers. Yeah, they're just good at performing other people's bits. All right, and they're not the first, they're not the last. And also, keep it a stack with you, people from that era stole a lot of jokes. Them old niggas was constantly seeing jokes. And you know what the worst part is? We're only hearing about it because it's Katt. You know how many times these motherfuckers stole from nobodies? You know, because some people just come up with 1 or 2 bits that are really great and the rest of the act is trash. But it's still theirs, right? Just because you're a one-hit wonder does not mean anyone has the rights to your song. And anybody who steals jokes like this, I promise you, they steal from a lot more people. It doesn't just happen once. To be bold enough to steal from a famous person like Katt, because that shit was being performed on television. When they stole from him, they stole from a lot more people. And you can find it. There's all kinds of posts on forums, people doing side-by-sides of Steve Harvey with other people he might have stolen from. And those bits sound crazy similar.
That I can answer that question is by telling the Bominicious story. It's a true story. See, there was this white family that lived in Mississippi, and they had this man who worked for them occasionally named Bominicious. Now, he did various small jobs for them on and off for about a week. One night, he had just finished bartending a party, and the lady of the house realized that she didn't have any money. So she said to him, Bominicious, I want to write you a check, but I don't know how to spell Bominicious. And he said, well, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. See, when I came to work for you, I told you my name, and then I said, but you can call me by my initials.
Everybody around here call me Bominicious, fine, you call me that. Don't even worry about it. Everybody call me Bominicious. I'm like, all right. So all week long, my ass talking about, Bominicious, what up, boy? Hey, Bominicious, run to the store, grab some beer, come on back. My cousin said, what you calling him? Bominicious. He said, everybody call him Bominicious. It's all right for me to call him that. Like, nah, man, his name's CJ. He's saying you could call me by my initials. That's what he's saying.
Now, here's the thing. It's not because 2 jokes sound similar that's inherently stealing. Everything is contextual. Okay, well, are you guys running in the same circles? Okay. How similar is the bit? Okay. Is it just topical? Meaning, when the Juicy Smollett stuff happened, a lot of people ended up writing the same jokes. people who never met each other on different continents. How did that happen? Because enough people looking at the same problem, enough people are going to come up with the same ideas when it comes to the solutions and things like that. Same thing for jokes. When a lot of people are covering the same topic, but then you have to look at, okay, well, how similar are they? And if you look at Katt's bit, it's a very physical bit. He's doing motions, he's doing physical stuff. When you're replicating a lot of the same physical gestures, then I'm starting to look at you like, okay. When you're using a lot of the exact same words, then I'm looking at you like, okay, you've seen that bit before.
I think we UPS, I guess. I don't know.
And he just told me to tell everybody I was the UPS man.
As a matter of fact, it kind of happened to you. But it was not stealing. I remember that you did a joke about, we made a video about abortion. And we made a video about abortion. It's like we had like 30,000 subscribers on this channel. We made a video about abortion and how you asked the question. You're like, I just want to ask a question. And you said, if it's her body, her choice, shouldn't it be my money, my money? We filmed that, we cackle about it, we post that video, the video goes out. A couple of weeks after that, Dave Chappelle's special come out. And
He
had this same
someone DM'd me. But someone DM'd me, he's like, yo, Dave stole your joke. I'm like,
no,
are you dumb?
it's impossible. And I'm gonna tell you that. Because of to create a special, the jokes that you have on that special, the time frame that it takes for you to build that joke, for it to be ready for that special 2 months after you release that video, it's crazy. That did not happen. But the similarity is possible. And that was for one line. Motherfucker, the whole bit?
No, he stole that shit. He stole that shit from Mike Curry. That's 100% theft. And like, I know the difference. Like, when I'm in Montreal and some other random comic in Los Angeles is doing a similar bit, I've never published my stuff online, and we have the same bit, I'm not going to think he stole it, right? But when you're a famous person like Katt, you run the exact same circles as these dudes. They see each other in clubs. They watch each other on television. They stealing each other's shit. Yes, you can't get away with that kind of stuff. That's crazy. And here's the thing. Forget television. Before Steve even puts that shit up online, he has to be performing that shit in clubs. Somebody would have told him, yo, that's Katt's bit. There's no way you get away with that. Running that through a bunch of comedy clubs without him finding out. There's just no way. So, do I think these people? Absolutely. And also, here's another thing. Once you get to that kind of level of fame, all right, these cats, they don't write their own jokes. They don't even really do stand-up like that. No. People think because they were great in their young years, now they're doing all these movies, they're still great. No, they got writers. They got people who handle this stuff for them. That's how Kevin Hart got nabbed one time, is because he has people who write for him. The problem is, where are these guys getting their jokes from? Well, they go in a club sometimes and they just pilfering from people. Yup. That's facts. That's facts. And why a lot of these big names don't like talking about it is because they don't want to cause conflict, because it affects TV deals, it affects brand deals, it's negative publicity. But a lot of this stuff happens all the time. Internet business has got a lot of weird and shady people with weird practices. And because of personal relationships, a lot of people don't like saying nothing. So even big comedians who know this to be true will not say stuff because they don't want to anger Kevin Hart or align themselves with Katt or whatever it is. But these things happen all the time. The time.
As a matter of fact, that's why when I went to Bobby Lee's podcast and I went and I told him, so why didn't you want to say nothing about Carlos Mencia stealing your joke? And he's like, well, I said something when he came to my podcast. He's like, okay, but I'm not talking about it. When they did that little video and Joe Rogan was doing that video and everything and stuff, you didn't. They don't want to talk. They don't really want to do all of that. It's not everybody that really wants to have confrontation like that and do stuff like that. They didn't want, you know. But I had to ask him. I had the opportunity, so I did. Mind you, like I said, it's possible that people are gonna have the similarity in the bits like that. If someone ever comes to me, and it has happened, yo, the bits is similar to that, I'm dropping that shit. I got other jokes. I don't want to even sound like someone or remotely. I don't even want to have someone being like close or me making them remind them. I don't want to remind someone else of another comedian. If it's even close, I'm like, eh.
I don't mind sometimes because like I have a whole bit that I wrote about sleep apnea like 7 years ago. Okay. And then Joy Coy came out with a special recently and there's some similarities.
Yeah.
Someone pointed it out to me. And I'm like, no, because I have videos of me doing it 7 years ago, so I'm not getting rid of it because I know I did it before him. But two, it's like, this is personal to my life. It's real. So I don't need to let it go. But I understand the sentiment.
Yeah.
I understand the sentiment. I'm not mad at you for that.
Yeah.
Everyone got to make their choice. What is clear to me, one, they just stole it.
But of course, it's gonna be a context, of course. You know, if I'm
yeah,
like,
but there's
nah,
one
I'm
punchline. There's one
Yeah.
punchline that I'm like, that's crazy. That's so
Oh,
good.
yeah,
Yeah, I
eh?
like that. The rest of it is fine, but there's one that I remember watching his show. I'm like,
But you know, I'm just like.
That's why I don't watch comics. I don't watch comics.
I understand.
I don't watch anything.
But I'm like, you know what?
Because I don't even want it to like. Because here's the. Sometimes you accidentally steal.
Yep.
You hear it once.
Yep.
You coming out talking, and then you get this funny idea, and not realize you'd already observed it through osmosis a while back.
You heard some shit 10 years ago.
Yay!
And then you internalize that.
I don't
shit.
watch it.
Yes.
People are like, yo, you see that? I haven't watched this special in like 5 years. 5 years. Other than the comedians that I watch locally, I don't watch nothing. Maybe that's not the best way to improve. I don't care. For me, this is what's working. But moving past that. So they stole it. Okay? I don't want any. They stole it. Some people don't like the idea that people are fighting, arguing about this. They don't like that Katt exposed a lot of these people.
People don't like the idea. It brings another problem because people don't like the idea that a black man is exposing another black man. You know, there's that thing in the community where you can't expose out loud your community because it makes you look bad in front of white people or in front of the large majority of the people in power and stuff like that. And automatically when you do so publicly, you are viewed as bitter, as jealous, as angry. But people don't ask the questions of what's going on, or they don't assess of, well, maybe, what if there's something there, you know? So there's also that. There's also that side of the story where you can't talk about your own in public. There has to be that sort of fraternity, brotherhood that has to be there, that you cannot talk bad upon the person. It happened in another video that we covered. You know the guy that was covering restaurants? And Ocho Cinco got mad because you cannot give a bad review to black people. You can't do that. So there's also that. Someone stealing jokes in your community. Someone stealing jokes in your community is doing a disservice to the community. If you're not airing that thing out, it's doing a disservice. It's just like the no snitching thing. It's killing everybody out there, but you can't talk because it's going to make us look bad. I understand, but you're not protecting yourself while doing that. I'm sorry. You were saying?
No, we keep going.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I see as well on that side. There's kind of that side thing that I see as well that I've seen a lot online where you cannot question your own, never.
Yeah.
And you have to forever shut the fuck up. And then you just live all that thing, and people, he said a beautiful sentence, it's like, winners don't get to let losers tell the story. So there's that thing that sometimes it be your own people, man. Your own community lets you, like, force you to shut up about certain things because it's not gonna look good. It feels almost like a relic of the past, of slavery. You know, it's not supposed to look bad in front of the masa. It's weird. There's also that weird sentiment that I feel whenever that happens. Nah, I can't tell. No, you fucked up, and you're fucking me over. You're fucked up. You're making me. You're stealing from us. But I can't tell you that you steal. No, that's a mess. Anyways.
On this whole topic of like, oh, why is he airing them out publicly? Listen, I don't care if Katt Williams is being loud about it. I really don't care. Because these people were being loud when they stole from him. They were stealing from him on television. Wasn't that loud when they were engaging in theft on national television?
That's the loudest you could be.
You know, you don't like it, the fact that, oh, there's a little bit of conflict. Bruv, this man committed a crime against me on television and y'all want me to be quiet. I don't care. I don't care if he airs out everybody. I don't care how messy it gets. I don't give a fuck about none of that stuff. These people are thieves, and a lot of people are think it's more important to protect the image of black people rather than rooting out evil people within the community.
Yep.
Okay?
Oh.
People who steal and pilfer. They want to make sure we look good. Meanwhile, there's dirty shit happening in the back. Your clean image doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it feels like the same thing with like I'm not saying it's the same level of crime with the R. Kelly stuff or whatever, but some people don't want to critique black people so badly that they'll let people do all kinds of nasty shit. And you're not good for the cause either.
It goes for our churches, it goes for our families, it goes for a lot of things.
Yes.
It looks good, but you don't want to air it out because you're at fear that it won't look good.
I don't really care about protecting people who steal from others. I don't care about people who care about protecting. I don't care if you're black, white, Chinese, blue. Don't give a You get the same treatment from me. If you harm your community, if you harm your people, if you harm people in general, you don't deserve protection from nobody. Even if it's my own family member. I may not attack them publicly. If it's my own family member, though, you're not going to get my protection. Don't care. You want to go around stealing, you need to eat your consequences, hold your accountability for it. You want to steal from people, don't expect me to be jumping through hoops. But y'all here want to be more concerned with protecting everybody, even if they don't deserve it. But you're only going to do that because you're not the one personally affected. That's fake to me. All this talk about community, but the truth is, it's because it's not your own pockets. The truth is, it's not your own work that's being stolen. Because if it was you, you would have hoped to God that your community came to your defense to stop the person who's predating on you. But no, we gotta protect our own. Yo, get f***ed with that shit.
100%.
What's the point of the community if the moment I get hurt, they telling me to keep quiet, further victimizing myself? You're not gonna get none of that support from me. Never. Never. We handle it. We might not handle it publicly, but if you're not able to handle it privately, and you still make, then we have nothing to talk about. You need to come out publicly and fix what you did publicly. I don't want you to steal my shit publicly and then come to say sorry in private. You better get up there and say it. Until you do, then we don't have any amends, and there is no justice, no peace, none of that stuff. That's how I see it. So shout out to Katt. Let him do his thing. Always been one of the greats. We're still one of the greats. And we'll go down as one of the greats. I love his work, so I support everything he said there. As long as it's true, I don't care how it comes out, even if it's a little funky. Also, shout out to Shannon Sharp. He's killing it with the podcast.
He's doing good. And I like the way that he just sat back and let
he runs good interviews.
Your shit. Talk your shit.
He runs good interviews. I'm not gonna lie.
But then what? Oh, word! He was able to pull back whenever. When was it? It was the right time to pull back and ask the right question. No. Let's circle back on what you said.
Yep.
Anyways, well, the wife should be submissive to her husband, as the husband should be submissive to Allah. Look that up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look that up.
Anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. I have no idea what you're talking about.